mixing, fixing for another big game. It's the coach. You're watching Madden Football on EA Sports. Coming up, we'll see running back Joe Mixon coming off a 100-yard performance a week ago, as it'll be the Pittsburgh Steelers taking on the Cincinnati Bengals. I'll have scores around the league for you at the half, but it's time for a little football. We'll hand it over to our broadcast team, Brandon Godden and Charles Davis.
They were losing.
Randy Bullock to kick off for Cincinnati.
The final playoff push is upon us. It's week 12 of the NFL season, and we're underway on EA Sports. This will be fielded on the back line of the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. Out comes the 37-year-old Ben Roethlisberger, ready to lead the Steelers. And he led the entire NFL in passing yards in 2018. The second time that he's owned that honor. This is a guy who made a Pro Bowl in his second season, James Conner. 5 yards on the game's first play, second down. And now at the offense for Pittsburgh.
They come off a tough loss last week, and what's their reward? A second straight road game. Rarely are teams happy about scheduling. They're always calling the league office saying, how come we have this game and that game? But when you're coming off of a loss on the road and you go right into another one, that's a difficult task.
A second down pass play there, but it's incomplete. Aaron Ebron, the big tight end, is intended target, and it's 3rd and 5.
One of the great coaches said football's a really simple game. Rush theirs, protect yours. And he's talking about those guys throwing the football. In this situation, the rush one, hitting the quarterback and forcing him into an incompletion.
Third play of this opening drive as they're up against a 3rd and 5.
You don't want none?
From the gun, it's Roethlisberger. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Jadeveon Clowney showing the explosiveness on the sack. He is proving his worth defensively, getting the sack here. That comes after being named the AFC Defensive Player of the Week for his performance in last week's game.
He's stacking games together, isn't he? I mean, you just mentioned what he did the previous week to be named AFC Defensive Player of the Week, continuing to play at that level. And when you get that kind of confidence going, those kind of guys are hard to stop.
Nice job on the return there, 16 yards. And the Bengals will take over here, 1st and 10. Good starting field position from the Bengals here as they come up 1st and 10 at their own 43.
Hey, exit. Ready.
They'll try and start this drive in the air. Finding Green complete. And he will take it on in for a Bengals touchdown. A.J. Green, his 5th touchdown on the year. As his guys are able to strike first here in this opening quarter. You've got to like that start on both sides of the football. You force the 3 and out, and then you score on your first drive.
Well, I know someone who doesn't like that start.
Well, yeah, the other side.
Yeah, they don't like that at all, right? This is not the way it's supposed to be. But what you just described, that's team football. All right, when you get a 3 and out, you're supposed to take advantage of it on the offensive side of the ball. You said, thank you very much for getting us the rock. Let's put it in the end zone, and they did exactly that.
Pittsburgh's offense now heading back out onto the field. And to be frank, they're just in a tough spot. It's only November, already eliminated from playoff contention. I know their fan base doesn't want to hear that, but that's the case. What are they fighting for now going forward?
You know exactly what they're fighting for is that word that some people don't want to hear, but it's pride.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
But pride's better, right?
You know something? You're right, because that's part of it, but that's 2 different mindsets. That's front office mindset, draft position, where are we going to be and what do we need to get? And then the players and the coaching staff right now, pride. Can they win some games and feel better about themselves, despite the fact they have no shot at the playoffs?
Now a first down run is snipped out from the start as he'll drop them for a loss of 4.
How about that, partner? That happened in a hurry. Sudden, explosive, gets into the backfield. It's a play.
Yeah, he was AFC Defensive Player of the Week last week because of plays just like that. A quick throw coming to Washington. And flags come in as he gets forward for about 3 yards.
Offense.
Now let's check on the call. So apparently some grabbing in the middle of the O-line.
I've often wondered why that doesn't happen more often for guys that play center. Having to snap the ball and then trying to get your hands into the proper position. That's difficult.
Now been hit, and he lost the football. It's loose, and the Bengals grab it. The 20, 10. And this is taken into the end zone. A fumble recovery and a Cincinnati touchdown. It gives some kudos to the defensive coordinator, I think, where they bring the blitz, they dial it up, and it turns into 6 points for them.
It's so nice to hear you actually give kudos to the defense. It is so nice for such an offensive guy like that. I love it. He dialed things up, and boy, a big play resulted for these guys.
So you like the credit to the defense there, right, my friend?
Yeah, you do I ever.
A good hold in these wet conditions. The point after is up and good, and the lead now stands at 13. This will be taken to the back of the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. The Steelers' offense now, they get ready to head back on the field. And this is a unit that, to be frank, doesn't look like they've woken up yet. I mean, a punt and a turnover on their first 2 drives.
And I think the game's starting to take shape a little bit.
Here we go.
And I'm going to take it to the basketball world. When you're having trouble scoring or moving the ball in basketball, what do? Give it to their best player, right?
Under pressure, and they got to him again. Jadeveon Clowney in there yet again. What else is new? He continues to rewrite the record-broken single-season sacks. Now they need to work to at least get some of this yardage back after the sack. 2nd and 19. The throw here, Roethlisberger. Oh, the pressure too great, and he goes down once more.
They cannot hold us down.
He's the one that drops in this go-around, and that pass rush getting strong here. Back-to-back sacks.
180.
So the sack, and now a 3rd and long situation for the Steelers and Ben Roethlisberger. From the shotgun, it's Roethlisberger. That'll be taken in there by James Washington. Despite a pickup of 16, they're still well short of sticks.
Nice play, man. Nice play.
I don't know how many times, not just in my playing career, but you and I working together, have we ever heard a coach say, you know, I just don't have that play on my call sheet. And that's really what we had here. That was a big hole they were trying to get out of.
Yeah, big gain, still a ways to go, though. 42 yards on the punt, just 2 on the return. And possession will switch hands, 1st and 10. Cincinnati now ready to take the field. They find themselves in a good-sized hole here, and a good-sized hole early on in this game as they come up on 1st down. So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33.
Greystone, travel.
$198.
Go.
They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. And a flag comes in as that one falls incomplete.
Pass interference.
Let's see who this is on. So flag for
Automatic
the
first
contact,
down.
pass interference.
90
And I know that you're going to look at me and roll your eyes, and rightfully so, because you know what I'm going to say. Doesn't the defender have a right to the football as well?
Deep grip.
I don't like defending.
That's because you spent too much time with me.
2 yards on the carry there. It'll be 2nd down.
On the pickup. It's 2nd and
That wasn't a big run, just
66
there. But guess what? Sometimes you treat it like boxing. You throw that jab out there, and you throw it again, you throw it again. Then you come with a big punch later. Maybe they're just trying to set him up.
On 2nd down, here's Mixon. And he'll be brought down at the 50 after a gain of about 5.
on the carry. Cameron
Football guy, that's a pretty run because everyone is in sync right there. Obviously, guy carrying the ball, but how about the people up front? Leverage, athleticism, they created some nice space for him.
Here we go. 18 Gator. Rock it.
Kill. Check 3. Switch.
Now.
Now the first carry for Giovanni Bernard. No gain on the play there, and it'll bring up 4th down.
Yeah,
Looked like he was trying to bounce it outside, but no success.
Yeah, sometimes you got to just figure out where you're going to go, and sometimes you just have to take it to another spot. In trying to get it outside, the defensive pursuit was there and just ran him down.
Hey, orbit.
Watch the twist, watch the twist.
Ready for the second quarter from Cincinnati. It's the Bengals with the football here. 13-0 is the score after one on EA
Go
Sports.
now. 18 Gator. Go, go.
Field. Watch 98, watch 98. 98's the mic. Here we go. Here we go. Here we go.
6-6, pull it high.
Watch twist.
From the midfield stripe, they'll look to throw. He completes it to Tate. And he's got the first down before being taken down at the 46. Well, they deemed it 4-down territory, and they got 4 yards to pick up the first. And an update from the other NFL stadium in Ohio. That's up in Cleveland. And it's the Browns out to the early advantage. Baker Mayfield, an early touchdown pass in that one. Mixon with a first down carry. He'll get about 4 here, down to the 43-yard line.
When we see those runs to the perimeter, when we see those runs to the edge, we think about big breakers, don't we? In this case, it was a modest game.
Sam, get it.
Second down.
And he'll get it down on the play to the 37. And he'll get this pretty close to a first down as he's tackled at the Steelers' 37.
That's a really good job right there. Just kept stringing that play out, pushing further and further towards the sideline. Really good fundamentals by that defense.
He was trying to put his foot in the ground and turn upfield. He just couldn't.
No, they really had a picket fence in front of him. No room to find to get upfield.
On third down, Bernard. And the play goes nowhere. Losing yardage back to the 40 at the 39.
Coming again.
A loss of a yard, and it brings up fourth.
Part of the thinking when you bring in extra tight ends, you're hoping that each of your guys gets those one-on-one blocks and creates a crease for your runner. But the converse is, though, you've got to win those one-on-one blocks. And when you don't, that's the result you end up with.
I'm here all day. Mike, 55. Check, 55, Mike.
From the shotgun, he'll look to throw. And that is going to be incomplete.
Let's go,
looked like he had it and dropped it. And he'll have a tough time living that one down. It's one thing, Charles, to drop a pass. It's quite another to drop it on fourth down. The Steelers offense here about ready for their next drive. It hasn't gone particularly well for them. That's obvious. In these conditions, no points so far. They've got to get that offense on track. The question is, how do they do it?
It is the age-old question, isn't it? To me, finding a way to make sure your playmakers touch the ball without it being too exotic. Meaning you don't have to go deep down the field. Maybe hit those short passes on the perimeter. Make sure you just turn around and hand it to your best runner and get out of the way. Don't cause any extra stress on your offense.
Neutral zone infraction, defense.
So they jumped on the left side of that line.
And you know when you're at the end spot,
automatic first down.
You are like in the starting blocks, waiting for the pistol to fire and go, and he jumped a little bit too early.
On first down, it's Roethlisberger. He'll find Juju Smith-Schuster. He's tackled a yard short of the marker. Good gain of 9 on first down. That last catch short of the marker by just a yard. Second and 1. Now a fake on the give here as they try the run-pass option.
Come on,
complete
let's
to
go.
Deontay Johnson.
Ready?
Slant route's effective no matter who's running the route and catching the ball. But when you have a receiver of that stature, you have to be a little bit more precise throwing it. You don't have the same catch rate.
And he'll be taken down by the Bengal pressure. Jadavian Clowney. Who else? He's in there for his 4th sack of the afternoon. So second and long, and got to be careful not to fall out of field goal range. And we've hit the 2-minute mark in this first half of action. And we'll remind you, coming up at halftime, we'll join Jonathan Coachman and the gang in Orlando. Coach will have stats and scores from the early games here around the NFL. A throw on the quick slant going to be complete. And finally, down he goes.
Come on,
they work it inside the 10 to the 7. Now the Bengals going to use the first of their timeouts.
Let's go, fellas.
And they'll be disappointed to have to burn one there after giving up the first down. Goal line offense, something they've really been emphasizing in practice lately. Now they have a chance here to put all that hard work to use. Out of the gun, it's Roethlisberger. And he's going to be dropped back at the 15-yard line. The Bengals going to use the second of their timeouts as they'll talk things over prior to this upcoming second down play. Second and goal, but now all the way back at the 14. Now it's Roethlisberger. Now Ben hit, and he lost the football. It's loose, and the Bengals grab it. He's at the 50, 30, past the 20. And this is taken into the end zone. A fumble recovery and a Cincinnati touchdown. So that is now 2 fumble return touchdowns. You're talking about something that's going to drive a head coach crazy.
Without a doubt, but for the defensive guys, you create a frenzy. Everybody wants to get involved, and they got it done a second time.
So here's the kickoff now as they'll get it again following that fumble return for a score. This is taken at the 3. And he'll take this across the 25, a couple extra yards up to the 27-yard line. Juju Smith-Schuster and the rest of this offense heading back out there. They've got to be thinking, how can we get him a little bit more involved here?
Here we go.
You're down, and really, he's been out of the mix.
I would agree with that, and oftentimes you hear, well, we're just taking what the defense is giving us, but sometimes that's just not good enough. Sometimes you have to take what you want, and that means getting him the football.
So far, just a single catch in this game. Looking to throw again on second down. Roethlisberger to the right side to Eric Ebron. Now the Steelers use the first of their 3 timeouts as they'll stop it with just over a minute to go before halftime. So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. There's Roethlisberger to throw. And an incomplete pass. That'll stop the clock here with just over a minute to play in half number 1. They work again from the 38 on 2nd and 10. Again, it's Roethlisberger. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. The Steelers signal for the second of their timeouts. As the stoppage will come with a little under a minute to go in this first half. So the sack, and now a 3rd and long situation for the Steelers. Roethlisberger. On 3rd down, it's Connor. And he went nowhere. He'll lose yardage back to the 29. The Bengals going to signal for their 3rd and final timeout as they get the stoppage with a little over 50 seconds to go in the first half. Here's Jordan Berry now as he's on to punt for Pittsburgh. And he gets this away, and look at this. This is a good one. He's going to field this at the 4. So possession goes over here on the punt. And the offense will take over with a new set of downs. Time here to remind you that coming up later tonight on Sunday Night Football, it's the Seahawks and the Eagles from Lincoln Financial Field in Philly. And then tomorrow night on Monday night, more Birds with the Ravens involved in that one. Sadly not taking on the Cardinals or Falcons, though. Instead, they'll match up with the Rams in L.A. They'll come out throwing here on 1st down. That's complete to John Ross. He's at the 30, 20. And all the way in for a Cincinnati score. John Ross, his 2nd touchdown on the season. And the Bengals, they widen their lead. I'll let you do the analysis, partner, but with every touchdown pass his young quarterback throws and with the success that his team has had, I just continue to be more and more impressed.
Let's both do the analysis. Impressed. Aren't we both?
Yeah.
I mean, and why shouldn't we be? We've seen him improve throughout the year. He's settled in now. You can see the confidence of the team has grown. His confidence has grown. I think that everyone around this guy feels good about what they've seen. And it's also safe for him when he's driving home to turn on Sports Talk Radio. He's okay.
This is taken at the 3. And not a bad return here. He gets it out to the 25-yard line.
You ready?
James Conner and the Steelers ready to get their next drive going. He's been good. They've utilized him well, but they're losing here in the second quarter. What might they change offensively?
I think that what you try and do is expand how you get the ball to him a little bit. Get him out in open space, maybe swing the ball to him. What's that they used to call in the West Coast offense, the long handoff? Yeah. Serve as your running back that way, as well as continue to feed him the football. Some of these runs now may pop bigger later in the game because of the effects of running it. Sometimes people, after a while, they don't want to tackle him anymore, or they get tired and they get in position, or he runs through tackles. Continue to feed him the ball. He's having that kind of game.
Yeah, might they get him the ball in some space in some different ways here. Just a gain of a yard, and that will be the final part of the first half. He'll find Smith-Schuster. That's complete. And he's going to be taken down with a marker on the field. So let's see about the call. So we've come to halftime. That came a little abruptly here. Still working on my apple up in the big man. Let me spit this out. We can get to the third quarter now. This one taken just inside the 10. Solid return, pretty good field position. They'll start at the 32-yard line. So here are the Bengals set to take over. They're working on a 4-game winning streak, and they lead this one as well right now as they start 1st and 10. From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10.
Check Mike, check X3, 218, chopper.
Show an 8, show an 8. Safe, safe, safe.
Fan. Say go.
Mixon will get it to start the second half. Nice stiff arm.
Underused, but still effective.
And he'll take this into the end zone for a Bengal TD. Joe Mixon, touchdown number 15 on the year, as his guys continue to put this one out of reach. They've done a good job of holding him down in the first half, but he explodes for a big one right there.
Yeah, I've got an image in my head of him being surrounded by a bunch of people, really, with ropes and other things trying to keep him locked in. But eventually they got tired, too. And just as you noted, he broke out.
And it's a guy that usually you can only keep down for so long. Extra point up and good by Bullock, and that will extend this big lead. So they hit pay dirt on just one play. The long run, the scamper, and a very nice scamper into the end zone for the touchdown. Now Bullock will send this one away after the touchdown. This will be taken to the back of the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. Time for the Steelers offense now to get set for their first possession of half number 2. They're down in this game. A chance for the offense, though, to put something on the board, get some momentum here in half 2.
Try and get things kick-started for them. And you know at the half.
Now Ben hit, and he lost the football. It's loose, and the Bengals grab it. And this is taken into the end zone. A Cincinnati touchdown. It gives some kudos to the defensive coordinator, I think, here. They bring the blitz, they dial it up, and it turns into 6 points for them.
It's so nice to hear you actually give kudos to the defense. It is so nice. You're such an offensive guy like that. I love it. He dialed things up, and boy, a big play resulted for his guys.
Well, you like the credit to the defense there, right, my friend?
Yeah, do I ever?
Bullock good on the extra point, and the lead will swell by 1. So not only the cough up, but then the pickup on the other side, the scoop, and the score the other way, the fumble return for a touchdown. This will be fielded on the back line of the end zone.
Steelers take over at their own 25-yard line.
And Pittsburgh getting set to take the field. And let's just say they're going to be looking to start over on this drive. A few moments ago, they were in the exact situation, but their first play led to a fumble that was returned for 6.
Yeah, you definitely have to have a short memory to play in the NFL. You got to remember what you did wrong so you don't repeat it. You can't dwell on it because then you will repeat it, and that's what you don't want to do.
10 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be second down. Still a few inches short of the first down as they come up now on second down.
at the 35-yard line.
Why is that?
Play fake to counter. Now Roethlisberger. And that'll be incomplete. Took a pretty good shot as he tried to pull that one in. Couldn't hang on. Third down. An incomplete pass on second down leads us to third and inches. They'll try and run through the counter. And he's got the first before he's brought down at the 39-yard line.
Let's go.
Geno Atkins on the stop.
We all love to have a home run hitter in the backfield. Guy can take it the distance. But in short yardage, trying to pick up first downs.
Like 80.
Big guy. Always a nice luxury to have, isn't he?
I got him.
Nothing in that first half, nothing on the last drive, but they're moving now to the 1st and 10. Here's Samuels. And the reinforcements come in as they're going to step in behind the line. That's going to go as a loss of 1 on first down. Another example of just a dominant performance by this defense.
Yeah, you hear all the time about teams that try to steal signals from the other side and try and learn their signs and their tendencies. It's almost like they got the answers to the exam the night before and were well prepared for this final.
He's going to get this all the way down inside the 35. A gain of 28 yards there and give him a first down.
That's how you get right up off him.
Here we go.
Because on the last play, they stoned him in the backfield and dropped him for a loss. But he's the type of guy that scared me a little bit because he's not daunted. Just got back up, showed some confidence, and picked up the first down with his very next run.
Now left side, a completion to his tight end. And they'll get this one to about the 20-yard line. That one good for 14 yards and a Steeler first.
First down,
like 5.
Mike's 40.
Check pass.
Check 43.
On first and 10 is counter. And he'll get this one down to about the 17. Give him 3 on first down.
All right, now. Who's 30?
A 2nd and 7.
So we got man.
It's a pickup of 3.
Like
Brings
that.
up 2nd and 7 at the 17-yard line.
Like that.
They stay on the ground. Here's Connor again. He will push his way down to about the 14.
Connor again, the ball
A minimal
carrier.
gain there on the 8th play of the drive.
What an advantage having an elite guy to make a defensive line, because not only does he take up the space and let the linebackers run free, but he can also make plays himself, as we just saw there.
Here's Roethlisberger. And he's not able to get away.
You
Sacked
see me?
back at the
You
22.
see me? They can't stop me out here.
In there yet again. They just cannot block him. He now has 8 sacks, and that is a new single-game record. Boswell's kick is good. And they'll get back 3, but this remains a large deficit. Boswell signed to a 4-year deal prior to last season, but he struggled a little bit.
Yeah, do you think that they saw 13 of 20 when they signed him to a 4-year deal?
Not at all.
Needs a big bounce back in 2019 if he wants to see the end of that contract.
And he'll take it past the 25 and up to the 28-yard line.
At their own 28-yard line.
Now the Cincinnati offense ready to see what they can do here. This is sort of what you would call a put-away drive, isn't it? They score here, especially a touchdown. It's almost out of reach.
It certainly feels that way, and I think that they're going to call their plays accordingly, because what you really want to do, even though you know the scoreboard is still up there and the game's going to go on, in fact, you can take the spirit away from another team. Their drive and will to come back and win can be taken with another score.
Down.
Still 30 you just get that feel.
Kill.
Right there on the brink, aren't they?
Watch twist. No. Off. Alert 3.
They keep it on the ground. This time it's Mixon. And that'll hurt the average a bit, as this time they're able to get him behind the line. That'll be a loss of a yard, and it leads to a 3rd down.
Stephon Tuitt came out of Notre Dame as another one of those really tall defensive ends, and you just wonder, would they be able to have the leverage to bend and make plays? I think he just gave us an answer with that tackle.
Hey, Alpha.
Check 55 to Mike.
Now.
They'll set up a throw, and it's incomplete, broken up. But there is a flag down. Let's see what that's about. Well, they've done a good job on these receivers, pretty much held them in check. They're a little too close for comfort.
And you're always looking for a play to get you going, right? You're looking for someone to make one. Or maybe this penalty, this pass interference call, that can help shake them loose.
Check.
After the penalty, it's Mixon. It's a 6-yard gain on the ground, and that'll make it 2nd and 4. Now, I think we can get used to seeing more of that in this fourth quarter, especially if they're having success on the ground like they did there.
Yeah, Big Bang met the head coach in preseason, and all he talked about was building a bully. And I think it was this situation he was envisioning. Trying to ice the game, plenty of time left, but being able to give the ball to his big runner and pound it away and try and finish off a game.
It's a game of 13, and the Bengals have a first down.
Good work, boys. Let's go.
The running game continues to be a big part of their success here early in the fourth quarter.
And with those types of runs, that tells you they feel very confident in their running game. They feel very strong at this stage of the contest. And they want to keep doing exactly what we saw there, running the ball down their throat.
And they will only muster a yard here to the 38.
On the carry.
Bottom line, they want to keep this clock rolling. So they'll take that one right there. They just want to keep flying forward, and they want to put the onus on the big fellas up front in order to bring this one home.
Look, squeeze.
24, watch 24. Check. Watch the safety creep.
Again, it's Mixon.
Come on now.
He'll be hit down at the 33, 5 yards on the play.
You got it. You got it. Ha, you got it.
It's a gain of 5. Brings up 3rd and 5.
On the
The
set.
Steelers now in the nickel here on 3rd down.
Woo!
General West.
He's coming. We got double up.
Back to throw here. He's got his man. This is Tate. And brought down, but not before they're inside the 25.
That's it, right?
We go on the ball. On the ball.
Cincinnati first down.
55.
And the Bengals first down.
Buzz.
First and 10 at the 22-yard line.
Hey, eat.
Look at me. Door. Hit it.
On first down, he'll drop to throw. Under pressure, and down he goes. They sack him back at the 36. T.J. Watt make that now 8 sacks for him on the season.
Well, we knew this guy wasn't especially fleet of foot, but he tried to conjure up some escapability, but there was no way he was getting away on that one.
Now this one from about 2 counties over after the sack. They come up on a 2nd and very long.
Hey. High 7. Ready.
He'll look to throw. And that's off the mark, incomplete.
I know our vantage point might be a little bit better way up here, but that looked like an ill-advised throw to me. I didn't see anything open, and this play just didn't look right from me.
It did not. I thought he might get outside and just chuck it away. Dangerous pass, incomplete.
Hey, foxtrot.
198.
Watch the go.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. And that is incomplete.
The pass on 3rd down.
They went with the dime look that time on defense, just flooded the field with defensive backs, blanketed everyone, took away all the passing angles, thus the incompletion.
And I don't think this has the carry. It does not. It's no good. And this score will stay right where it is.
Now, if this was a clear day in September, I'd say this is well within his range. I'd feel very confident about this kick, but let's be honest about it. In these elements, the difficulty level gets ratcheted up to at least a factor of 5.
Now Roethlisberger to throw. And he'll be brought down, losing yardage back at the 40.
Yeah, baby.
3 yards in the wrong direction there. Brings up 2nd down.
Black 80.
He's lost a 3 on that first down pass
It's just
play.
me
Now
and you.
2nd and 13.
It's just me and you.
Now Roethlisberger setting up the screen. This is Samuels. Now he's going to get this all the way down inside the 35.
There we go.
27 yards there, a first down.
A gain of 27.
Offense for them has been at a premium. You wonder what plays like that have been all game long.
They're thinking the exact same thing themselves, but they're also looking forward now, because now these plays are really for next week, trying to get some momentum going.
So the Steelers with the football as we get you reset. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. Now it's Roethlisberger. That went into the hands of his tailback, Samuels.
Let's go.
And they do get him down, but not before he's able to slip it inside the 5-yard line.
First
Ready?
and goal.
Let's
Two big plays in succession. Not sure this D knows what hit him, but now they got to get ready. It's first and goal. Roethlisberger will throw. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Sack for Jadeveon Clowney.
No, that was point counterpoint, wasn't it? They decided to go for that first and goal. Instead, the defense counters with pressure, and the defense wins, getting a big sack.
And that'll be incomplete. We do have a penalty flag down, however. Let's see what that's about. And since the penalty occurred in the end zone, move the ball to the 1-yard line.
First and goal from the 1-yard line. Costly penalty.
From the shotgun, it's Roethlisberger. And that is caught. Well, they're going to see this one to the end. They get a score, but pretty much an exercise in futility right now. Still down big. Now, there was no going through the progressions on that touchdown pass.
Yeah, nor was it necessary. His receiver won that route early, presented himself. No reason to wait. Go ahead and put it on him and score a touchdown.
Chris Boswell now for the extra point. And they make the score a little bit more respectable here in our final quarter of play. So that drive spanned 5 plays. And it ends with the Steelers finding the end zone. Fielded about a yard deep. And he'll get across the 20 before he's brought down at about the 23-yard line. So now the Bengal offensive unit back out onto the field. And a few kneel downs should just about do it. Now defensively they do have all 3 timeouts, but very little reason to use them at this point.
And 8 read. Bravo.
That one looks like he'll throw here. And he fires one incomplete. We're still throwing the football here. Obviously, the incompletion stops the clock. That's a bad thing.
Feels to me like they're just keeping them honest on defense because you know they're going to stack the line of scrimmage and stop any type of running play. Short little passes may work in exchange.
And a big loss here as he's taken down. Cameron Hayward able to record his 5th sack of the season.
Can't give him points for the attempt, but there's just a wave of pressure there. A host of people in the area. Evades a few, but couldn't evade all of them.
Ready, ready.
And some secondary help here for the defense in the nickel on 3rd and long.
Hey, wahoo!
Watch 98. Watch 98. 98's the mic.
3 buzz.
Watch 98. Watch 98. 98's the mic.
All right, T, let's
Now.
He'll drop the throw. Open man is Higgins.
The 3rd down pass.
14 yards, but there's still a shot finished as that leads to 4th down. Now the Bengals going to use the first of their timeouts. That'll leave them with 2 remaining. We'll be back after this.
Here we go,
and with things looking pretty good on the scoreboard, they're going to keep the offense out there and go for it here on 4th.
Hey, Charlie.
Check. Fresno.
Watch that. Fire.
Now a shotgun snap is to look to throw. He's going to have his running back. It's complete. Now whistles and a timeout called here. Not sure what the point it is, but they'll stop it with 4 seconds to go in the game. 4th down run successful. Now they look to pay it off that first down.
Watch 98. Watch 98. 98's the mic.
Coming for you.
Tighten up. Check. Lucky.
Back to throw. And it's incomplete. They're still throwing to the very end, but now this game is over. So this one in the win column now for the Cincinnati Bengals. And when you break it down, this was just a thoroughly dominating performance.
And I truly thought that we'd have a tight game coming into this one. I think you felt the same way based on our conversation after the production meeting, but obviously not the case. And how about just how it broke open? You just all of a sudden, whoosh, there it is. this thing is pretty much done, and the crowd stayed with it to celebrate because they're like, let's enjoy watching our team play this well. This is fun.
So for Cincinnati, they just keep on rolling as they move to 9-2 with a win here. And they'll get to stay home again next week. Meanwhile, for Pittsburgh, they've fallen out of things now as they sink to 3-8. And they'll get a chance to redeem themselves at home next week. So for our entire crew, alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. Thanks for watching, everybody. We'll see you next time.